Happy Friday, Center Grove. I'm Ava.
And I'm Ivan.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for today, April 15th. We have a few videos for you this week. A band visual line video, a closer look at Peter and the Starcatcher, and a preview of the girls' tennis season.
Indoor percussion is in season, and they have a number of students whose job is to add visual effect. Taylor McCartney has the story.
Freshman Addie Moore is new to indoor percussion this year. She is currently on the visual line.
We have certain spots where we have like choreographed dance to do, like along with the music to add to the visual aspect of it. Like part of it is there's a couple snare features that we do like this really fast like dance to, and it like goes along with the music to make it more interesting to look at.
Meanwhile, sophomore Elena Kissel is on the cymbal line.
We're kind of our own like line. We do a lot of visual aspects, and that is a large part of like what cymbals is. We do body like the battery does, like along with the battery. Well, we crash when we play notes, and the flashpoints through cymbals can like add, again, just visual effect. Whenever a cymbal like flashes at the audience, it like kind of like it's like a bright, like kind of like. Yes, it attracts attention towards certain areas, so we can use that to put the attention on different parts of the show. Like during part 2, there's a snare feature, and we do a flash part, like a flashy visual to bring the attention to the snares right before their feature.
There are benefits to being in both the visual line and the cymbal line.
I like that it's easier to focus on the visual like aspect of it and like kind of hone in on that and really expand your strengths more instead of so like you don't have to focus on getting the music right all the time too.
Well, it's really fun. I get a lot of joy out of performing in indoor. You get to put a lot of expression in what you do, and I really like that about indoor.
The downsides are only minimal.
Well, you need a lot of strength to play cymbals, and picking up on different visuals can be very difficult, and like you just need a lot of strength to be able to hold up the cymbals long enough, because the show is really long and the cymbals can be very heavy. Like you don't really realize until you pick up a pair of cymbals how heavy they can be. So
sometimes people butt heads about like the ideas or stuff that's going into the show, but also it's like physically taxing, but it is really fun.
There are less requirements to be in visual and cymbal line than any other instrument in indoor.
I think the only requirement is that you have to be in like a music class. To play a percussion instrument, you have to have taken a percussion class, but visual and cymbals are like the only spots you can be in indoor that you don't have to have percussion experience.
If you're interested in joining indoor percussion next school year, talk to Josh Torres.
Thanks, Taylor.
The theater department has been preparing for their performance of Peter and the Starcatcher. Matt Kish and Ben Baranko caught up with Peter and director Mr. Lockram to bring you the story.
This year's drama club production is Peter and the Starcatcher, the prequel to Peter Pan.
So basically it's the prequel of Peter Pan. It's how he becomes the Peter Pan you know and love.
It's about how an orphan boy, sort of lost and alone in the world, meets a gang of pirates, an exciting young girl, and goes on just a high-flying adventure, and eventually by the end of the story becomes Peter Pan, the way we know him today.
As of Tuesday, the cast has begun Tech Week, an almost 2-week-long process of preparing for the play.
We have been running our lines. We almost have it memorized. We've been blocking, using without our scripts.
So the cast and crew have both been working since really the end of January. In sets, it's been getting lights in place, but we're really about to begin our tech week, or our technical rehearsals, which is when the rehearsals start getting a little longer. We start being here a little later, but we get a chance to really dive in and work on those individual moments.
While the cast makes up a major part of the production, lots are helping behind the scenes to create the set and operate the play during its running.
We'll probably have roughly 50 to 60 running the crew side of it. So currently, right now, all of us are building sets. I am one of the lead set designers that is a student currently. But once the show actually starts, so once we get into next week in our true dress rehearsals, my job is right over here. It is the rigging rail, so all of the curtains, so the main big red curtain in the front of the stage, as well as each of the legs, the electrical lights that run on the battens, as well as the scrims that can come down to the middle of the stage.
The opening night of the play is the 21st of April, and the play will run for 3 days.
So tickets are available online at www.cgtheater.org. You can also go to our Instagram at CG Drama Department. That's drama, D-E-P-T, and the link is in our bio. You can buy tickets also at the door if you would like. You don't want to deal with the online hassle of things. You don't have to scan in or anything like that, but you are assigned a specific seat. So it's important that you have an understanding of what your seat number is, what row you're in going in, so that way an usher can correctly direct you to your seat that you got to pick out and choose when you bought your ticket online or at the door. So make sure to get your tickets early so you get a good seat.
More information can be found on the website as well as the drama department's Instagram.
Thanks, guys. The play's opening night will be next Thursday.
The girls' tennis team started off their season last week a bit late due to rain delays. Trevor Magnuson has a season preview.
With the addition of 5 new varsity players, returning starters Lauren Dick and Hudson Gilsdorf have a distinctive set of challenges to face this season.
Well, we had a very deep lineup last year, and we have a good sophomore class, and I feel like they've really stepped up to prove what they can do. And I believe that they watched like our varsity team last year and can learn from those things that we did last year, and I'm excited to see what happens. I definitely, since one of our returning ones is a senior, she helps me out with like how to lead our group and how to lead our team, and that has definitely helped with leading our group.
There's an added emphasis on teamwork with 31 girls on the team.
I like having such a big team because you can really spread those people out throughout the matches, and like it feels like you have them out there on the court with you to like pull you and keep you going even when you're exhausted out there.
Well, sometimes we do 2 practice groups, so then the second group comes like with only an hour left of the first group, and that just helps to let us focus more on certain areas that each group needs work on.
While 5 players are new to varsity tennis, the team is unified in their goals for the season.
We actually like choose teams out that we really want to like fight hard against, that we know will be tough competition, and just like figure out what our best like strategy to win those matches are.
It's definitely a challenging schedule, with this week being our first week and having 3 matches.
We did a lot of conditioning last month and just like make sure we're in the top shape we can be. And we did a lot of practicing through the spring break so that we can have all our skills ready and figure out who fits best on the lineup.
The girls' next match is at Franklin on April 19th.
Thanks, Trevor.
That concludes our broadcast this week. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.